In an ironic turn of events today, and where's Alanis Morissette when we need her, one of the major investors in Tesla for years decided to pull their money, most of their money, out of Tesla earlier this year, took that money and invested that into Rivian, and now Rivian has passed about $3 billion in total investment, which is absolutely huge. You can literally start like 3 different electric car companies on that money, and probably they will all do pretty well. So that's how much money they got. We're going to talk about other investors and not just this particular one, and which also matters a lot. We're going to mean what it means basically for Rivian as an automaker. That's pretty much not going to be going away. I'm pretty sure in that. I think you would agree. But also what it means with this little, rivalry that they have going on with Tesla. Because, I don't know if you've heard, Tesla also has a pickup truck that come into the market, but way after Rivian, brings theirs, which is next year. Rivian is going in production next year, so that's pretty exciting. By the way, if you're excited about the Rivian news, Tesla news, all kinds of electric car news, this is the right place. We do that every day here. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And if you have, click on the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right. So $2.85 billion have been invested into Rivian this year. This round is $1.3 billion, and it was led by Rowe Price, the same company that's been a major investor in Tesla for many years. And, this is kind of nostalgic. Yeah, it's not a petting zoo. It's an investment company despite their logo, but their investment in Tesla have been major. They've invested even more money last year, but this money they decided to pull, I think, over 80% of their investments out. I wonder if they have a buyer's remorse or seller's remorse, because today Tesla stock has passed $420 per share. And as you know, that is kind of a magic number, because this is what caused this whole funding secured controversy back last year, and Elon got a lot of trouble for this. And he also admitted he didn't know that 420 meant, but today he had a revenge tweet, which was kind of funny. He said, "Whoa, the stock is so high, LOL." Touche, Elon. And I gotta tell you, this is pretty awesome, because it's kind of a circle of life. On the day when Rivian had funding secured from one of the biggest Tesla investors, Tesla itself has passed the price that they've claimed that they needed for getting rid of really investors through the stock market. This is just so delicious. But hey, the money stays in the family, in the electric car family, so I am good with that, of course. So, by the way, if you don't know, that Rivian already has a factory. This is before any of this investments, right? Because they had Amazon, Cox Automotive, and Ford investors already. And they've had a factory, so this is something that they already knew and unveiled a year ago at their unveiling event in Los Angeles. See, it's only been a year since the unveiling. This is absolutely amazing. I'll let their CEO RJ Scaringe tell you this in my interview with him that I had at the original unveiling. Before that, of course, a quick reminder about one of the other really awesome electric car companies, Byton. That's a sponsor of this channel. Check out their all-electric SUV called Ambite, coming to the US, coming to Europe. And if you haven't made a reservation, I really don't. It's puzzling me why you haven't, because it takes no money down to reserve one in about a minute of your time. So go to the description of this video, use that link, and reserve your Byton today. I cannot wait for mine. All right, so back to Rivian, and really what RJ shared with me when he was talking about their factory that they already had, and this was last year.
So we purchased the plant from Mitsubishi about a year and a half ago, January of 2017.
I've heard of that company, I think. But
and we're now in the process of converting that facility from what it was producing before, which was Mitsubishi products, into, of course, producing Rivian products. And a lot of aspects of the plant can be reused with very little change. So paint shop, there's some improvements, but the basic layout's there. The stamping operation, very few changes. But the body shop, what welds together the bodies and puts the bodies together, is going to be a lot different than what you see in Mitsubishi. The assembly, relatively similar. But then we're adding our whole battery assembly facility. And we're adding all the way we build the modules and put those modules into pack.
I think he talks with his hands more than I do. I like that. That's why I like the guy. But what an amazing story, right? I mean, they have been working on this for many years, almost 9 years before unveiling it, and now this is a great story. Now let's talk about the other investors, because even though Ford and Amazon have invested into Rivian, by the way, I love it in this beautiful snow white color. I might be even more favorite than I like it even more than blue one. By the way, let me know in the comment section, what's your favorite Rivian color? But this is just, unbelievable that Amazon and Ford and Cox Automotive all invested in Ford. But guess what? Ford and Amazon have invested again as part of this round as well. That is, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Don't forget, Ford is not only coming up with their own electric truck. Earlier this year, they've unveiled a Ford Mustang Mach-E. I was at the unveiling there, which I think is an amazing electric car. I know they're having some software issues right now, but once it gets released, it's going to be what's it, ID3? No, I'm confusing with ID3. I don't think they're having issues, but they are coming to production and very soon, and I really like the car. So Ford is very much committed to this, but also don't forget, one of the biggest perks of having Amazon as an investor is also Amazon have committed to Rivian to the order is what, 100,000 electric vans. That order itself is kind of a one big investment, because now they already sold 100,000 cars before. Like, forget about reservations that are getting, right? Like, this is already done. Amazon has already ordered that. What an amazing story, and it keeps on going. And of course, let's talk about how Rivian has really, I guess, dodged the bullet. Also, a lot of people don't think so, but I think it dodged the bullet when Tesla unveiled a Cybertruck that looked very unconventional. I know a lot of people love it, but I think people who were going with the Rivian, but also kind of looking to, maybe if Tesla has something similar, they would have switched to Tesla. I think a lot of them said, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to stick with the Rivian truck, and I think people who are going to be buying the Cybertruck probably weren't going to buy a pickup truck like Rivian in a first place. Now, I know there's a price difference, of course, but Rivian will have incentives and stuff like that. But I just don't, let me know in the comment section. Do you think these are comparable items? Do you think people who are looking for an electric truck is actually comparing the Cybertruck and the Rivian truck side by side? I really don't think so. But what I do know is that this is an amazing turn of events. Rivian is here to stay. I mean, I know electric car startups don't have like the best rap here, but I think in this case, it is definitely a winner no matter what, especially with strategic investors like Ford and Amazon. Of course, don't forget, they're also going to be helping Ford making their, and I think Lincoln also, their electric vehicles. So this is, I'm just in love with this story. Let me know what you guys think, of course, and thank you for watching me live on Patreon. Thank you to all of my Patreons for contributing to this channel. This is how I make a living. My Patreons and sponsors is where I essentially get money to grocery shop. So I appreciate that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, once again, don't forget to subscribe and hit on that bell notification icon. That's actually pretty important. So if you already subscribed but haven't done it, make sure go ahead and do it. It's a tiny little icon right next to the subscribe button. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.